Hey everybody, my name is Benjamin. I'm here with the Strength and Conditioning Department at Washington State University, and we're going to be going over back squat today. So let's get into it. All right, everybody, let's get started. So when we talk about major muscles that we're using in a back squat, what are they, right? So we're going to be using our quadriceps, our hamstrings, our glutes, and our adductors, just to name a few. Those are the major movers of this motion, all right? So to get started, first thing we want to do is set up our rack. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to show you what to look for. So for our bar, the bar height, we want to be right in line with our collarbone, right about here. So if I walk up to this bar, you notice it's right here in line with my collarbone. That's pretty good, all right? The other thing to consider is we have our safety catches, right? In case we don't have a spotter, we need to bail. We need to make sure we have our safety catches, making sure it's all good and safe. So these, I'm gonna want to have them about in line with my hip, okay, when I'm just standing up straight. Because when I'm going down in a squat, by the time I get to that point of failure, I can't get it up, the bar is gonna be a little higher than hip height standing up, so that's where I want my catches to be. And that'll make sure I'm safe if I can't get the weight back up. All right, so now that we got our rack set up, we're gonna go over body positioning in the back squat. So there are two main bar placements that we're gonna talk about today. We've got high bar and we've got low bar, all right? Two different ones. High bar, I'll tell you what it's gonna look like. Your hands are going to be about 1 inch to about 1 thumb's distance away from the start of the knurling on a standard bar, the grippy stuff of the knurling, all right? And then the bar itself is gonna sit right here on your upper trap. And that's the most common form of back squat you will see. That's the most common one people will do. And the other one is low bar. So what's the difference? Your hands are farther out on the bar, and the bar itself sits lower on the middle trap and the posterior delts. And the reason we like low bar is, let's say you have an individual or an athlete or whomever who has really long femurs, they're really tall, all right? What low bar does is it allows for less forward knee translation, making it easier for them to hit depth. So if you have a real tall person, they're gonna wanna use low bar. Low bar also takes emphasis off of the quads and puts more emphasis on the glutes and the hamstrings. So if you, let's say, have somebody with very underdeveloped hamstrings and glutes, look real weak, you might consider low bar. But for the most part, people will be using high bar. That's what I'll be using in this demonstration. But I'll go ahead and show you what both look like right now. So high bar, I got my hands about 1 thumb's distance away from the start of the knurling. And the bar is sitting right on my upper trap. And then if I switch to low bar, I'm moving my hands out, moving the bar down to my middle trap and my rear delts, all right? So that's what those look like, and as I said, I'm gonna be using high bar in this demonstration just to make life easier for me, because that's what I use personally. Okay, so we got our hands positioned well, we got our shoulders positioned well, then we need to get our feet positioned well. So rule of thumb, we're gonna go about shoulder width apart on our feet, and I'd say a little bit of toe out. Now, the thing being, there's a lot of personal variability in what makes somebody comfortable in a back squat, all right? It's different for everybody. I've seen everything from wide stance with crazy amounts of toe out to super narrow, feet straight ahead, okay? It all depends on how you and how your body's built, how long your legs are, and how you can hit depth in a good form of squat. For me personally, I'm a little bit wider than shoulder width, and my toes a little bit out. That helps me be real stable when hitting depth, okay? Now, we've got all the body parts set. We're ready to move into a full rep. And there are 3 things that I want you to focus on when you're going for a full rep, and it'll make your back squat solid, okay? 3 things. Number 1, going from top to bottom. Number 1, chest up. Chest is up, all right? Proud chest. Pretend you're Superman, you got that Superman logo on your chest, and you're showing the whole world, all right? Your chest is up, all right? That helps keep your back in a good position, all right? You're not gonna hurt your back if you keep your chest up. Now, going down the line, hips opposite of the chest. We don't want them going forward. We want to go opposite of the chest. We want them rotated back. I'll get a side angle here in a moment for the video so you can see what that really looks like. But chest up, hips back. Put your butt back. Right? That puts your back in a real nice neutral position, which will avoid injury. Now, the third thing, going down to your feet, what I want you to do is think about breaking the floor apart with your feet. All right? Your feet are headed in two different directions, and you're taking the floor with it. You want to break the floor in half. Those three things will keep you super stable and give you an effective back squat. So, let's see what that looks like in a full rep. Okay? All right, let's put all these things together into a full rep of a back squat. Okay? So, we're going to step up to our bar. Put our hands on our bar. I'm doing high bar, so 1 thumb's distance away from the start of the knurling on a standard bar. I'm going to move under. Have the bar sit on my upper trap. I'm going to unrack the bar by extending my hips and my knees. I'm going to step back. I'm going to get my feet positioned about a little wider than shoulder width apart, toes facing outward. I'm going to show my chest, get a nice proud chest. I'm going to rotate my hips back. And I'm going to break the floor as I go down. I'm going to wait until my legs get parallel, about 90 degrees. Then I'm going to come back up, keeping that chest up the entire time. Walk forward. Re-rack the bar. That is how to perform a full back squat with high bar and low bar variations. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and go Cougs.